What's going on? Hopefully you guys are doing well, safe and sound, away from all this craziness that's in our world right now. And I want to talk to you guys about something that, that I've really been delving into in the last couple of years, because a lot of times fitness goals or failure to achieve fitness goals are directly related and linked to what goes on outside of the gym. 99% of it is a mental, emotional breakdown that keeps people from getting to their goals. It's not really what they're doing in the gym. It's not really their diet. It's the external sources that usually mess them up. So I've really got into the mental aspect of, I don't want to say training, but the whole overall holistic mental aspect of how to accomplish goals, which includes, your fitness goals. Now, one thing that I've seen in the fitness industry that is glaringly obvious, it hits you right in the face. And if you're like this, I'm not knocking you. I'm just pointing out behavior attached to language that, really allows me to understand why things go the way they do for you. Let me explain. So the whole generation out there about moderation, they do IFYM, they don't believe in doing like extreme to failure workouts. It's higher volume, so it's more moderate intensity, moderation with the foods, not restricting this, not restricting that. These are the same people that feel like they have to quote unquote treat themselves. Now, why? How does this correlate? What are you talking about, Jerry? So here's the thing. They believe in moderation of everything, but they believe in treating themselves, which means if you're treating yourself, you're trying to give yourself something that you normally don't have, right? Something that you normally want, something that you've restricted from yourself, that you've allowed yourself to have because you deserve it, because you are good. So now that moderation, that form of moderation that you have in your life with your diet and stuff, now turns into a reward system. I was good, I deserve a treat. Now, I hate that word because I feel like that word has no place in the fitness industry, bodybuilding, or anything. We're not animals. We're not dogs waiting for a treat because we did something good. We're human beings, okay? You're supposed to make conscious decisions that are good decisions from birth, okay? People say stuff like, well, I worked hard all week, so I deserve to go out and get fucked up this weekend. No, you're supposed to work hard all week. Well, I worked a full week this week, so I'm going to go out and have drinks. I deserve that. No, you're supposed to work a full week. Like, well, I spent all week taking care of my kids. I need a day off. You're supposed to take care of your kids. Like, I don't know when it became, okay to say that I lived the normal life that a normal person lives. I did the basic minimum to be required as a human, and I deserve a pat on the back for that. Right? So then you have your treats, and it's usually in the form of food. In the fitness industry, it's in the form of food. Oh, I can't wait for my treats. My treats this, my treats that. It's like, listen, why don't you concentrate at the task at hand and stop worrying about the treats? You haven't even done anything yet that you're trying to accomplish, right? You're focusing on goal. You haven't done it yet. You haven't gotten there yet. And you're already worried about what happens afterwards when you did a good job. Maybe in the end, you didn't do a good job. Maybe you don't deserve a treat. But in your head, you're always going to deserve a treat. And I find that it really self-sabotages people. These treats that they have, they wind up manipulating pretty much anything into a treat. So it could be food, it could be a car, it could be a new shirt. Like I did really good, I need to treat myself. Well, what happens is, over time, more and more of these little treats pop in, and people wind up sabotaging themselves because they believe they need these quote-unquote treats when they're just doing things that make them average. People that are out there that are successful, that accomplish their goals, that go after things, that do great things, don't need treats. They don't look at it as a reward system. They look at it as, I'm me, I'm doing the best I can, I'm going to be the best version of myself today, and I'm going to work as hard as I possibly can. I'm going to bust my ass. I'm going to do everything I can to be the best at what I can be today. And that's what I want out of my life. And I'm doing that because it's what I want out of my life. I'm not doing it because I'm being told to do it and I did a good job and here's a treat. So it has two different ideologies that they don't really jive. When you're given a treat, you're given an external treat by someone else because you did something good, right? Oh, you were a good girl, you were a good boy, here's your treat, right? Then you start treating yourself. That's not how that works. I need to treat myself. Is nobody else treating you? Maybe you should look at the reason why nobody else is treating you, because it doesn't make any fucking sense to treat somebody for being an average person. Like, it doesn't make any sense to me. I see these people that do great things and they accomplish great things, and they never treat themselves. What they do is that they feel like having something to eat or whatever it is, they eat it and move on with their fucking day. They don't make a big deal about it and have this like emotional attachment to it and then have to announce it to the world that they're being given a treat that announces to the world that they're good. They did a good thing. They should get a pat in the back. And what happens is if you look in the comment section of the social media, oh, that's right, girl, treat yourself. That's right, man, give yourself a treat. Buy that fucking car. Buy that pair of Jordans. Like, for what? I was good all week and went to work. I took care of my kids. I got all my workouts in. That's the best one. I got all my workouts in and stuck to my diet all week, so I deserve a treat. What? No, you're so far overweight and your body fat is so high and your health is so bad that you're trying to save your own life. You don't deserve a treat for that. If anything, you deserve to look in the mirror and remember you're doing this because you got yourself into a situation. You backed yourself into a corner where you had to diet, you had to do cardio, you had to do things to get your health back and live. That doesn't mean you deserve a treat for doing it. And that reward system, it's a trick. It's a trick. It is a serotonin boost, it's a dopamine boost. It tricks you into thinking that you deserve things when really you're just doing what you're supposed to do. And I can't grasp that mindset of how people do the most mundane things and think that they're doing something great. You know, I take care of my kids. You're supposed to take care of your kids. Well, I got to take care of my kids, so I'm going to go out on Friday night and get messed up. Okay, having your kids, you wanted to have your kids. You wanted to have your family. You love your kids, right? You took care of them all week, which is what you signed up for when you had them. And now you deserve a treat for doing what you did, what you're supposed to do, what you signed up for. If you don't take care of the kids, who's going to take care of them? It's you. You don't deserve a treat for that. Like, I can't wrap my head around it. Like, you really, like, you don't look at yourself as an animal, as a dog being given a treat for a behavior because you're correcting a behavior that needed to be corrected. So what you do with a little kid and a dog or a cat or whatever the case may be, because they don't understand what's going on. Okay, so they need to have something broken down to them where they can really quickly go with that reward benefit ratio and say, well, I'm going to benefit by getting a reward if I'm good with this behavior. And that behavior hopefully teaches them so that eventually they don't need a treat. Well, you're a grown-ass adult on a diet and you need a treat. The reason why you're on a diet is because you ate too many treats to begin with. Like, I can't wrap my head around the things that I read. I hate it. It drives me nuts because, let's be real, 99% of these people that I see, like, I needed a little treat. It's not a treat. You guys binge. You don't have a piece of candy. You have a whole cake. That is not a treat. That is an excuse to let go. It's an excuse to sabotage yourself, an excuse to stop doing what you don't want to do. And I think the biggest, kick in the face of this whole thing is how many people talk about how they love the industry. They love dieting. They love this. They love competing. They love, but I need a treat for doing the thing that I love. What? That doesn't make any sense whatsoever. Why would you possibly need a treat for doing something you love? Doing something you love nonstop 24/7 is living the lifestyle of a treat around the clock. So why would you possibly need to give yourself a treat when you're doing exactly what you want to do and what you enjoy? It doesn't make any sense, but I see it over and over again. Instead of, and I do blame social media, because social media allows people to be what they want to be and not who they really are, right? Because really who they are deep down inside is somebody who doesn't want to be doing what they're doing, right? Despite telling everybody they love it, despite the appearances that they give off, they don't like doing it. They don't want to do it. So the first chance they get to treat themselves, they treat themselves as a reward to say, hey, if you keep doing this, you'll get another treat later. Hey, this is great. I can keep doing this and keep treating myself. I can keep, keeping myself in check by giving myself treats. And eventually what winds up happening is more treating than working. It literally goes that way very quickly. And I just kind of step back and I'm like, it's not the physical part of dieting. It's not the physical part of training. It's not the physical work of trying to accomplish your goals. It's literally the mindset that goes on with these people that, let's be 100% real. The people that they look up to, the people that try to emulate, the people that try to be like, don't have that mindset. They need to constantly treat themselves in order to validate themselves. They know who they are. They know what they're about. They know the work they're putting in. They know why that work's being put in. They know the end goal, and they know they're going to get there. The person treating themselves, go back and look. Go back and look compared to the other people where their goals get shifted. They keep moving the goalposts. I'm going to do this show. What happened? I thought you'd do a show. Nah, I wasn't ready. So, me and my coach decided we're going to do another show later on. Right, but I watched you getting all your treats through the whole fucking thing. Maybe if you didn't do the treats, you might have been able to make the show. So they move the goalposts. Well, I'll do one, there's another one like a month from now. And what happens is the same bullshit happens. And And they wind up pulling that shit again. Oh, well, I'm just going to keep dieting until I'm ready and then I'll find a show. And what happens is 99% of the time, they don't wind up doing the show because you don't have that sense of urgency to buckle down. It's all about this treat reward, and you're doing it so that you get the attention on social media. You get to call yourself a competitor even if you're not competing. And you still to treat yourself even though what you're doing is what you chose to do, right? You chose to do it because you wanted to accomplish a goal and you love it. But you still need to treat yourself on it. Look, if you love it, if you really want to do it and it's your goal and you live that lifestyle and you love it, you should be able to go to A to Z without any treats whatsoever and accomplish your goal and smile at the end of it. Are there going to be difficulties? Yes. Are there going to be obstacles? Yes. Is it going to be hard to do? Yes. Are you going to have to dig deep? Yes. But that's what comes with this sport. That's what comes with getting in shape. If you're out of shape, it's going to take you a while and it's going to hurt to get in shape. That's how that works. But treating you, because it's like reinforcing a dog training behavior with a human. I don't know about you. I'm not a dog. Nothing against dogs. I love Brady. But I'm not a dog. I'm a human being. And I make my own choices. And I don't need to pat myself on the back and treat myself every step of the way because I feel like I'm doing something great. If you think you're doing something great, maybe you should go out there in the real world and see what really great things people are doing. Okay? Because going on a diet to lose 20 pounds is not doing something great. It's doing something to improve your life and you benefit from it. It's not benefiting humanity. It's not solving the world. It's not giving world peace and solving the world's wars. It's not solving world hunger. You're just losing a few pounds. It's not something great that needs to be rewarded. You should look in the mirror and be happy about what you're doing because you're accomplishing the goal. You're getting your health back. You're doing something positive all in one swoop. And you turn it into something that it's not. This benefit to reward to this circus that goes on. So again, guys, I'm delving into the mental stuff really deep, and I have been. It's an integral part of my personal training with my clients and stuff now that I ask them a lot of questions. I go pretty in depth with them about a lot of things because you wind up finding, like I said, the reason why people fail most of the time is not because of what they're doing in the gym, not because of the diet they're on. It's because of the external factors that they don't understand that's going on. And that usually winds up manifesting into their fitness goals, their fitness journey, whether it's a competition or whatever the case may be. It winds up manifesting in there and they wind up failing there because of external sources. So I like to dig, find out about those external sources, even some of the internal sources as far as like maybe problems with the family, whatever the case may be. When you find out those things and you harness those things and work with those things, you can use them as fuel to accomplish your goals. But if you're not aware that what's most likely going to stop you from accomplishing your goal isn't going to come from something in the gym, if you're not aware of that yet, now you are. Take that for what it's worth, take it and run with it. But beware, guys, there's a big world out there, and everything you do in the gym for an hour can easily be undone with 23 hours out there. BoxingTraining@gmail.com. Leave comments down below, but don't fight. BoxingTraining.com is the blog. It's the 24 hours in a day, but one can ruin it, and we're out.